African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 27th of July, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of troops defeated the personnel and equipment of the 42nd Mechanized, 92nd Assault, 71st Infantry Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 36th Marine Brigade and 125th Terrorist Defense Brigade in the areas of Lipsy, Tycho, Petrovka, Bayrak, and Volchansk, Kharkov region. During the day, two counterattacks by formations of the 92nd Assault and 57th Motorized Infantry Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. Enemy losses amounted to up to 165 military personnel, 3 armored combat vehicles, 2 pickup trucks, a U.S.-made 155mm M777 howitzer, 4 122mm D30 howitzers, and 2 ammunition depots. Units of the West Group of troops improved the situation along the front line and also defeated the formations of the 30th, 44th, 67th, 116th Mechanized Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 12th Special Forces Brigade Azov, 110th Terrestrial Defense Brigade, 1st Brigade of the National Guard in the areas of the settlements of Simkivka, Tabivka of the Kharkov region, Makivka, Nevskoye, Stelmakovka of the Lugansk People's Republic, and Krasny Lyman of the Donetsk People's Republic. The attack of the assault group of the 241st Terrestrial Defense Brigade was repelled. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 570 military personnel, a tank, an armored combat vehicle Cossack, 4 cars, a 155mm M198 howitzer made in the USA, a 152mm howitzer Mstab, 2 122mm self-propelled artillery mounts Gvozdika, 105mm howitzer L119 made in Great Britain. In addition, the US-made and TPQ-50 counter-battery radar was destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions, defeated the manpower and equipment of the 28th, 54th Mechanized, 79th, 80th Airborne Assault, 46th Airmobile Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in populated areas Stupachki, Katerinovka, Maximilianovka, and Seversk of the Donetsk People's Republic. The Ukrainian Armed Forces losses amounted to up to 540 military personnel, 4 armored combat vehicles, and 5 vehicles. During the counter-battery fight, the following were hit: a 155mm M198 howitzer made in the USA, 3 152mm D20 guns, 2 122mm D30 howitzers, 2 105mm L119 guns made in the UK, a 105mm M119 gun made in the USA. Destroyed, US-made and TPQ-36 counter-battery radar station and Enclaven electronic warfare station. Units of the Center Group of troops actively liberated the settlement of Lozovatskoye, Donetsk People's Republic. In addition, formations of the 32nd, 53rd, 151st Mechanized, 1st Air Assault, 59th Motorized Infantry, 68th Infantry Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Toretsk, Ivanovka, Ukrainsk, Novgorodskoye, Sherbanovka, and Novoselovka 1st Donetsk People's Republic. 3 counterattacks by assault groups of the 31st, 151st Mechanized, and 95th Air Assault Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. The enemy lost up to 425 military personnel, a tank, 2 armored personnel carriers, including a US-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 5 vehicles, a 122mm Gvozdika self-propelled artillery mount, and 2 122mm D30 howitzers. Units of the Vostok grouping of forces improved the situation along the front line and defeated the manpower and equipment of the 123rd, 128th and 129th Terrestrial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Neskechnoye, Vremevka and Velike Novoselka, Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 125 troops, 2 armored combat vehicles, 9 cars, a U.S.-made 155mm M777 howitzer, a 152mm D-20 gun, a 122mm D-30 howitzer, and a U.S.-made and /TPQ-36 counter-battery radar. Units of the Dnieper Group of troops defeated the formations of the 65th Mechanized, 128th Mountain Assault, 141st Infantry Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 35th Marine Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Nestoryanka, Rabatino, Zaporizhzhia Region, Tyajinka, and Poniatowka, Kherson Region. Enemy losses amounted to up to 85 military personnel, 4 vehicles, an enclave and electronic warfare station, and a U.S.-made and /TPQ-50 counter-battery radar station. Over the past 24 hours, operational tactical aviation, unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of groups of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation destroyed 2 electronic warfare stations, a warehouse of aircraft weapons, and an ammunition warehouse, and also defeated concentrations of manpower and military equipment of the armed forces of Ukraine in 124 areas. Air defense systems shot down 10 U.S.-made HIMARS missiles and 81 unmanned aerial vehicles, including 37 outside the Special Operations Zone. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 630 aircraft, 278 helicopters, 28,545 unmanned aerial vehicles, 556 anti-aircraft missile systems, 16,698 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,390 combat vehicles of multiple launch rocket systems, 12,446 field artillery guns and mortars, 24,115 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.